Alrighty. What's going on, everybody? Today is Wednesday? Is it Wednesday? Yep, it's Wednesday. Today is Wednesday, November 30th, the last day of Gratitude Month. And I just want to say, guys, I'm very grateful. The channel has grown a lot this month. We're up at 221 subscribers. I want to thank each and every one of you, all 221 of you beautiful, smiling people. Even if you're not smiling, I still love you. Um, but hopefully, we can put a smile on your face today. So today is the final day of the month, and I just want to say thank you guys. You guys have really, really helped the channel and the community grow a lot this month. Our Discord group is starting to actually have a lot more people in it. Starting to notice people are having side conversations and just having full-on conversations in there. That's great. This is becoming a wonderful place to be, and it's all because of you guys. And I really love and appreciate that. And so, with all that said, guys, let's go ahead and dive into the charts. Last I didn't really have much time to check it because I was just setting this up, but let's see what the market's doing. Share screen. Let's get the music shared too. Alrighty. Here we go. Add. And let's go with this view here. And let's jump in. Market is dumping down. Let's see. This started from here. So it looks like this is at 5:15. We're on the 3-minute chart. Switch to the 1. Okay, so at right around 5:30, we had this quite a big dump here. Now, if you guys haven't noticed, 5:30 in the morning or 8:30 Eastern time is a time where there is either a big rip or a big drop. So it typically is more sound trading practice in order to be flat at 8:30 Eastern time. And I've made it a practice to do that because I've literally been in a trade and just watched it dump right there. Yesterday we overtraded like hell, like way too much, and we took our green day, turned it into a red day. Eventually we were able to turn our red day back into green on our evaluation side, but on our simulator side we made it quite red. So having said all that, guys, let's dive into these chats. What's up, Tiny? Good to see you. Good to see you. So we got a possible crossover showing up here. You can see it looked like that happened down here, where it bounced off of this zone, came back up, and rejected at that 50 EMA. We'll see if that does that again. But we do have this little bounce up happening right now. Adjust these charts a little bit. 5.1 to 4.7. 4.1, 3.5, 3.0, 2.7. It looks like we're getting close to that cyan switch. I'm just going to join the bid here, and there we go. We're in, and see if we can get a decent trade just up to this EMA 35. There's about 6 ticks. That would be a nice trade just to start off our day. So let's go ahead and try it out. Really close to a cyan switch as well. With this little pullback happening here. Provided this ends up being just a 1-minute pullback and not a 2 or 3-minute pullback, this could end up well, but it looks like it's pretty heavy pullback. Let me jump here so I can see the bulls bears. I'm gonna have to see if I can find that on TOS. I really do need to look for that. Nine is currently below the 12, but not by much. So they're kind of like really, really close together. Our entry is 51.75. So we're getting bounces basically off of 39.50, which was a resistance zone yesterday. It was an area, sort of a struggle point yesterday there. So we did get a 1 minute pullback. Now we're looking for a 1 minute candle to make a new high. This is looking kind of decent for a push upward. Probably should take that in the... Okay, so up 450 in the sim. I was thinking to myself, I probably should take this in the eval, but maybe not. I'm going to check this against the 3-minute chart and see what this is looking like. So 3-minute chart is actually pulling red on the TTM from 7.6 to 7.8. Not much red. I can still see this bouncing here. I really like the music to just go to the next joint. Congrats on getting back green yesterday. Yeah, honestly, I should have just walked away. But right as I was getting off, I saw the market rip, and I tried to take advantage of that. And in the process of trying to take advantage of the market rip, I did get filled. It just happened to get filled at the top of the candles. And by getting filled at the very top, it just pulled back immediately. And so I ended up having to cut it, etc. Find what on TOS? I'm looking for the Bulls Bears thing. I haven't taken the time to look, but I do think it would be quite helpful, especially on TOS. Currently, I can just make the volume look like this, where if it's a green candle, it's green volume. If it's a red candle, it's red volume. Got a possible crossover on the 3 as well, so this does look pretty decent for a potential breakout here. I'm gonna take this trade here in the sim, see if we can get the entry. Entry's at 52.5, and I'm gonna jump to the evaluation side. We did get a cyan switch there. Join the bid right here. Entered at 52.5, and I'm looking to get out of 53.75. Looks like it's starting to go against us a little bit already. That's not good. So I could have got a little better entry on that if I was a little bit more patient. Kind of our first trades of the day. I do think this is going to pop up at least towards the 50 EMA. That's my hope here. Order filled. We did get that trade. That was 5 ticks. And we also got the trade on this side too. Looks like it's going to continue going up. We're up 900 of the sim. Missed that entry. No, we didn't. We got it. Took a very small trade on that just because we missed the entry, or thought we missed the entry, so I tried to move it. I thought it was going to run without me. I'm going to pull it back. Okay, so this does look like it's kind of breaking out a little bit. We do have cyans on red dot, but I don't think that's going to matter too much because it does look like this is kind of resolving a little bit. We got to get above this 50 EMA and hold there. This 50 EMA is holding at 54, so 55 is our line in the sand, and you can see we actually rejected right there at exactly 55. We did get the cyan switch. We did get the 1226 crossover with the 9 above the 12 on the 1-minute chart. This is looking good. Maybe a pullback to like 54.5 or so. Let's see if we can get an entry at 54.5. No. Looks like it might just want to run without us. I'm gonna put this at 8 ticks. See what we can get. Got the entry there at 55.5, a little higher than I wanted to, but we'll take it. Looking to get out of 57.5 if we can push up that high. We are switching pretty to some decent momentum. Currently, we're up 290.70 in the evaluation side. Today I'm going to be really focused on just taking trades that I see that I'm going to try not to hesitate, because that's been an issue for me this last few weeks. is hesitation. And as we all know, he who hesitates is lost, or she, doesn't matter. Uh, so we got a downwick on that red candle, but we are bouncing nicely off this 50 EMA here. Our entry, I think, is a little too high. Our entry was 55 and a quarter, or 55 and a half, rather. And so I think that we need to get above this. I want to take a look at the 3-minute chart, which is still working on a possible crossover. And currently that's putting that right at 57. So 3-minute looking like 7.6, 7.4, 6.9 to 5.8. And our next 3-minute candle's at 7:45, which is in just about 2 minutes. Looks like I held this one a little too long. Should have cut it. We are pulling back kind of heavily right now. I don't think that's going to last. I do think that we are going to continue to pop here. We are below the 50 EMA though, which, like I said, may act as resistance. So I don't like that. I'm going to reduce the sell order down to, I'm actually just going to put this at 56. I think we'll pop up way past that. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to keep 57. Nine's got to get above that 12 on the 3-minute chart. It's looking decent though on the 1. We got this 3-minute pullback here. Which is to be expected. There's a nice little pop right there. 53 up to 54. About a 4-tick move. It's a nice trend reversal, potential inbound. Waiting for 7:45, which is just about 45 seconds from now. Looks like we're getting that pop up a little bit prior. I think a lot of people might be taking moves off of 55. You can see resistance a lot at 55.75 and right at 56. 56 is top of this wick. These are both 55.75, so we do have a double top forming here. I'm really tempted to take this. To take that move off 55. 6.9 to 5.7 to 4.8 on the TTM3. This candle's got to go green on the 3-minute chart here in order for this to resolve. Otherwise, we got to cut this trade. Ooh. Eek. Switching back over to the 1-minute chart. Rejected that pattern and probably going to cut this since we're back to about flat on the day. I might be able to cut it with a micro profit. Not really off this trade, but I think that'll pull back a little bit. Like pull back up is what I meant to say, but gotta cut that. Rather large loss on that. Like honestly, we stayed in the trade way too long. Need better risk management today if we're gonna keep this up. Alrighty, so current situation, we are down slightly in our sim side, but we're up almost $300 in the evaluation. So heavy rejection there off that 50 EMA, and pulling all the way back to near the lows. We may actually make lows here. I'm going to pull this out to the 5-minute chart because I want to see what this is looking like. Wasn't this yesterday's low? Yeah, 8:30. That is yesterday's low. Oh my gosh, it's so hot in my office. I need to open the door. Hang on. It's so incredibly hot in here. Alright. 5 minute chart. You can see we started switching over to yellow. We went right back to red here at 7:45. We'll have new stuff here shortly, but I'm gonna hang back a little bit. So we were able to make 300 bucks on the eval side on this move here. It was nice. We were able to get one trade out of it. Did get a couple out of it on the sim side, but we overtraded, rather didn't manage our risk as well as we could. I don't think that we overtraded, but I think that we could have managed the risk a little bit better on that one. And so I'm going to focus on that. How much snow do I have? We have, I don't know, snow all night and all day yesterday. I don't really know how much it is. I didn't go out and measure it, and nobody ever tells you. I never see it on the news or nothing like that. But if I had to guess, probably, I don't know, 3, 4 inches. Not that much. Um, Still drivable, you know. But it's easy enough, I guess, to drive in until it gets to about a foot and a half. Then it starts kind of challenging to drive in. But I honestly, like, secret about me, I love driving the snow. It's probably one of my life's favorite joys. That is one of my top joys in life, no kidding, is driving the snow. I love it. It's always been one of the things I've loved doing. I didn't learn to drive in the snow, but I'd been driving in the snow since I was a young kid. And I don't think it's hard. I think you just use the terrain that you're given. You know, if there's slopes and angles and things like that in the terrain, you just use it. It, it doesn't matter if I'm in front wheel drive or all wheel drive or any other type of drive. I just enjoy it. It's a little bit more challenging in rear wheel, but it's just I find it to be a thrill. I really do. And I've also discovered, like, going slow, like driving slow in the snow is so much harder than driving faster in the snow. It's so much harder. And I will never understand why people will look at a giant hill in front of them and be like, okay, it's snowy, so I'm going to try and go up that giant hill at 10 miles an hour. I'll never get that. I'm like, yo, you're just going to go up there and then gravity is going to hit you in the face, right? Like, you just know that's going to be an obscenely obvious thing that's going to happen. And yet every time I drive in the snow, there's always somebody in front of me and a hill in front of them, and they're like, oh my god, this hill, I better slow down to like nothing, because for whatever reason they think they have like the best, grip in the world or something. They think they're driving a tractor or something like that. I'm like, yo, you need to get a run at that hill. You need to go up that with some speed. But, I don't know. Exactly. You've got to take the hills as fast as possible. You cannot expect to go up like something with like a 2, 3, 4% grade. You can't expect to drive up a mountain that's covered in snow at 5, 10, even 20 miles an hour. You got to hit that thing with like 40, 50 miles an hour, and then you just have to ride it. Like, it's just, it's just the way it is, man. And I know a lot of people's excuses. Oh, I don't drive in the snow that much. I'm not that experienced. I'm like, yeah, but at the same time, gravity is gravity, and you don't really need to, you don't need to be experienced to walk, But when you're walking up a hill, you walk at an incline, So it's just the gravity thing is just gonna be there, and so. 3 minute chart, we are still stacking the TTM. You can see it went from 5.7 to 5.5 to 5.3 to 4.8. So we're moving with a little bit more momentum. We did kind of hit these. You can see that double bottom right there at 39.49. I'm just gonna mark it, even though it's not really like a support and resistance zone. It really say more to that 50 is, um, but we are pulling back, like to like $1 below it. So we're up at what 751 is the last candle here. So our next candle is going to be in about 30 seconds on the 3 minute chart. I don't mind taking a move off of 50. Let's see if I can get an entry at 50. You guys like this track? Missed the move off 50. Of course, I decided to take it. Now pulls back to 50. I'm in a 51. I decided to take it just because I thought it was just going to keep going, and it didn't. 5.3 to 4.9 was the close of that candle, and next one's 4.5. So small move upward, but on the TTM. But pulling back on the chart, and the pullback on the chart I don't love, simply because I really do think that this should begin to break out soonish. This 1226 crossover I think is honestly the best thing that we likely should be looking for. I took this trade based off the stacking momentum on the TTM, and I think I may actually end up having to cut it. We got members in our Discord group talking. That's what the noti is. Be looking for the move at the top of the hour. Pretty heavy pullback on that. It's about 12 ticks down. We're looking for 12 ticks up. We're looking for a move back up to 55. Let's check out the 1 minute chart. So this would have been a helpful thing for me to have done. Would have been to check the 1 minute chart before I took that trade. So I took that trade based off the 3 minute chart. But if I would have taken a look at the 1 minute chart, I would have seen the 35 is above the 26, and that the TTM is still stacking red on the 1 minute chart. And yeah, so as the 35 crosses above this 26, we may get a red or a yellow switch here on the TTM on the 1. I'm still holding on to this trade just because I do think it's going to pop up above this. I think 51 is not going to be a challenge for this to get over, which is why I'm holding back, like holding through this pullback. Just checking in with y'all's. Nice job. You're up 130 bucks after fees. That's awesome on 2 trades. Not bad at all. This makes me want to just trade. trade. But no, I have to sit back again and just keep my frequency. Yeah, of course. Finally back to 25K balance. Hell yeah. Nice. Good job. It's been forever since I've seen green. Well, welcome to the sea of green. Okay, we are getting that pop up there on the 1 minute chart. Have another possible crossover. We did get a yellow switch here, and looking like it's looking to pop up some more. Pulling back some. I could easily see this going back up to like 55, but resistance is going to be at this 50 EMA yet again, so that's going to be at 5250. We're currently flat in this current trade, but I do think that this is going to pop over this thing eventually here. It's not moving exactly as fast as I want it to move on the overall, but we're looking toward the top of the hour. 4.3 to 3.8 on the 3 minute TTM. Gonna jump back over to the 1 minute, and we have that possible crossover forming right now. Want to get real zoomed in here, because I want to watch these indicators. The 9 is like on the 12, and the 35 is above the 26. So we do want to see that for the upward move. We've got 3 yellow candles here, from 2.5 to 2.3 to 2.1. I can see this just kind of like getting a little pop up here around the top of the hour. 8 o'clock is just about 1 minute away. So usually if we pull back a lot in the like around the open, then we start to get a reasonable move up at the top of the hour. Trend reversal around the top of the hour. It's pretty consistent. So pulled back some. Just kind of riding along that 50. We get this possible crossover. That crossover would be the 26 SMA crossing below the 12 EMA, so the 12 EMA crossing above it. I don't like that the 26 is pointing upward. I want to see it pointed downward, and I want to see this 12 pointed upward, because right now they are diverging in the wrong direction. We want them to converge. 2.2 to 2.0 time. Top of the hour is right now. Currently 8 o'clock, new candle, and a little pop up right there on that new candle off of 50, from 2.0 to 1.5. It's looking decent. But it's just really struggling against that 50. I don't think it's gonna stay here. I do think it's going up. Gonna check this on the 3-minute chart. We managed to be green in this trade right now. From 3.9 to 3.6. And we're getting really close to a crossover on the 3-minute chart. That crossover on the 3-minute chart typically gives us at least 12 ticks towards whichever direction it crosses. So if it crosses to the upside, usually 12 ticks. And that would be a move from this 54 here up to 57. And currently we're in at 51. So I could try and actually just push this trade out up to 57 if we really want to take a big fat swing. I'm going to do it. I'm going to look for that trade to be a real probability. Because I actually do have confidence that this is going to happen. I could be wrong. Obviously, I've been wrong in the past before, as has every single trader, including the best in the world. But I guess I do need to see this TTM continue to stack towards the upside. This 3950 has acted as really strong support, but also really strong resistance as well. We've we've just been stuck in this consolidation period for quite some time. Um, Pretty much since back here, we've been consolidating, which is right around 7:20. So for about 40 minutes or so, we've just been consolidating here. But there's a couple of things to note. Number one is the 35 is diverging away from the 26. Okay, that's a good thing in order to see eventual bullish movement. Sorry, guys. I'm very like coffee today. Ooh, coffee. That sounds good. No worries. By the way, if y'all hanging out, y'all chilling, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. All that stuff does helps the community grow, helps the Discord, the whole Discord community grow, helps all of it grow. Helps us be able to reach more people, and it helps that so that we can help more people learn how to trade, or just have a community to go to be able to trade. And also, guys, um, you know, we're up at 221 subscribers now. Let's see if we can push that up to 230 today. Okay, it's just 9 more subscribers today. If we could push that up to 230, I would personally be eternally grateful. That would be a great way to end the our gratitude month of November, and I think that would be awesome if we were able to do that. Currently sitting down on this trade slightly, not bad, honestly. TTM moving 3.9 to 3.6 with a new green dot. Looking for bounces off of this 39.49 zone. Um, Obviously, it could just dump here, and if it does, we gotta exit fast. But um, we're currently down on the day about $1,000. Not bad. I mean, it's very recoverable. Um, I want to see this 35 begin to curl up. There's that dump that I mentioned could just happen, and so being as that's the case, I may just have to cut this. Watch this just pop right back up. I'm looking for the like 815 zone. Pulling back to like 46s. That's our first real pullback that we've seen off of 50. Um, so that may not bode well for going long. Really like for this 5 minute candle and yellow, but I don't think it's gonna happen. No, it didn't. In like 2, 3, 5 minute yellow candles in a row. We rejected that 50 EMA yet again, and I don't like this rejection, so I think I'm gonna end up cutting this trade. Especially because if you look at the momentum on the TTM 1.0 to, I mean, I get it's all yellow, but it's also moving at almost no pace. What's the volume looking like? It's right around 2,000 contracts per minute. If we get another crossover here on the 1 minute, it could help us set up on the 3 minute. I don't know that it's a trade that I would take on the 1 minute chart, but I think for the 1 minute we got to get above this 50 EMA, which shouldn't be too difficult because it's at 39.51 on the 50. But it's been really struggling at 39.50. 0.6 to 0.4 on the CTM, um, with a little bit of push up. Well, actually, a pretty good push up from 46 up to 50, 51. That's actually a pretty strong push up. It's 5, it's 20 ticks. So that was a really Nice move right there. 3-minute chart looking like 3.7 to 2.7 on the TTM. Okay, now we're getting some reasonable momentum movement on the TTM because we were going like barely up, and there we go. There's a nice move. Oh, I wasn't sharing my charts. Oh, jeez. Okay, jumping back over here to the valve side. We did just get a cyan switch on the 1-minute chart. It was a big move off of 47 and moving all the way up to 54. I think we have room up to 57. The VWAP's up at 60, so this really could be our trend reversal that is beginning to happen. We're back in green on the day. Our trade amount, our sell orders over at 57. We have a double top here at 54.25. So I'm expecting a pullback to maybe 53. There's the pullback, tap 53. Guess I should have taken that trade off of that. Our next 3-minute candle is going to be at 8:09, which is right now. A little bit of resistance at 55, which is to be expected. You can see a lot of people taking profit right now. Pull back to 53 or so, 53.5 would be okay. I would say a pullback all the way to about like, yeah, 53.5 is probably as far as I would say. Joining the bid here, entered at 55. We're gonna get out of 56.25. Kind of wish I would have taken some moves through here. Hands over the cover button in case we need to jump quick. 4 seconds left in this candle. Come on. Opening red, I don't like that. Still holding through this pullback. It's a little more of a pullback than I want to see. Plus our entry is right at 55, which is a resistance zone. Do you see some buyers stepping in? That's good. More resistance at 55 than I want to see, but I may just try and get out of this with like a tick or two. Yeah, I'm gonna just get out of this. Try and get out with 1 tick. I think it's gonna pop up, but
order filled.
There it is. Ah, there's our move. That would have been 300. Instead, we got out of that way too early. Okay, we're up 14.25 on the day in the sim. So we did manage to get that whole trade. That was a very long and arduous trade with that one there. But on the 3-minute chart, we're really stacking up towards a TTM move. We hit resistance right at 57, right as I thought that we would. Now we're going to be looking for bounces off of this EMA 35, which is right at 55. Going to join the bid here. And pushing back up. I definitely wish I would have held that, but I once again got scared out of my position. We're in the current trade at 55 on the sim side. I definitely could have made that full 300 bucks there, and I'm kind of annoyed because I keep ending up at 331.40 in the evaluation on the day, and that's been very annoying to me. I'm trying to get closer to like 600-700 on the day. We did get a cyan switch on the 3. We're about to get this 1226 crossover. I think that we may see a move up towards the volume weighted average price, which is right at 60. I actually think that I'm going to put this here at 59. Our Discord is on fire right now. If you guys would like, you guys can join our Discord group. Our Discord group is there to help others succeed and to have conversations for anybody who's interested in entrepreneurship, trading, investing, all that type of fun stuff. So by all means, guys, check out our Discord group. It's just joelstrick.com/Discord. There's also a link in the description as well. Nice breakout here. Also, guys, if you are trying to earn funding in the futures market, make sure you check out Elite Trader Funding. There is a link in the description. Elite Trader Funding, these guys are one of the best in the biz. You can earn funding as low as 10K and all the way up to $300,000. Use the link in the description and the promo code JSBEST to actually take advantage of a lifetime discount on the account. You guys are going to want to take advantage of that if you're looking to earn funding in the futures market. Entered at 57, looking to get out of 58 and a quarter. I think I maybe entered a little high. I did. I don't love this trade, so I'm gonna cut it quick if I have to. Trying to get out again at like a single tick. Just because 57 was our resistance zone. And I should have thought about that. No. Don't pull back. Push, push, push. Push, push, push. Ah. Tapped it for like a second.
Order filled. Order filled.
Okay, so we did get out of that with a very micro profit. It looks like it did end up pushing up, but the reason why I got out of that with that really tiny profit was just because this is an actual resistance zone right at 57. So so I was like, you know what, like, because you can see this 50 EMA on the 3-minute chart, which looks like we actually would have got that whole trade, but so that's 2 times in a row that we would have got our whole trade had we just held through it. But sometimes, you know, I don't know, maybe nerves get to me or something. I'm gonna cut this trade. take that profit, those $600 of profit. So we're up 2,100 today in the sim. And I cut that trade because it looked like this is actually going to hit that resistance there at that 57, which it did. I also, we're up 370, 210 in the eval today. We're up 1937.60 out of 3,000 on the account. Oh, we got to check our trailing drawdown and make sure that we keep an eye on this. That's up at 1967, so that's looking great. Okay, so we do have a reasonable amount of people watching today. We're up over 2K in the sim, which is great. We're making up from yesterday, and we're up 372.10 in the evaluation. Good trading day today so far. Definitely, there were 2 times that I got out way too early for trades that would have been worth around $300 in my evaluation. So we would be up closer to like 900. Instead, we're up closer to 400. So lesson learned. But also, I've learned this lesson several times, and the thing is that I keep doing it because I am tending to enter at resistance zones, and that is not something that I should be doing. But I did see this breakout coming along, like, well in advance. That's what's cool about the EMA 35. My music stopped. There we go. All right. Let's jump again. We're getting some pullback now. This is to be expected. So this is why I got out of that trade at 57 and a quarter. I mean, it looks like, obviously I could have ended up getting out more, but like for the full trade amount. But at the same time, for all I knew, it was just going to reject right at 57. Pulled back to 55 and now bouncing quite well off of 55. On the 3-minute chart, it's looking great. Movement stacked up from 0.8 to 1.4 to 2.2. But you can see that 50 EMA is acting as pretty strong resistance on the 3-minute chart. Just like this. I don't want that. Okay, so we had pretty heavy resistance here at 60, 39.60. So that's going to be our next area that we consider to be really strong resistance. I think this 57 is going to break out above this. Currently 819, about to be 820, and so we're gonna have a new 5-minute candle here in just a moment. 5-minute chart been stacking up 7.6 to 5.8 to 4.8 to 3.3 on the current TTM. Also possible crossover on the 5-minute crossover ends up being very strong move a lot of the time. Although the 3-minute crossover is more reliable. One second, guys. I'm just gonna blow my nose. I've been sick the last week or so. Exactly. So I'm just gonna blow my nose real fast. Alrighty, we're back, and the 5-minute chart's looking like we're gonna get a nice big move up. We do have this new candle here at 820, moved up to 2.8 on the TTM, so that's looking good. Also, the 9 just crossed above the 12 on the 5-minute chart. We're hitting that resistance at 57 that we talked about, but now I think it's going to turn into support and potentially going to move up towards this volume weighted average price. I'm going to join the bid here. We got in at 57.5. I think could have got in at 57 though. And our exit is right there at the VWAP. Just checking in with y'all. How are you guys doing today? You guys red, green? Um, do you see some people watching on the stream? Like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications and all that. But also, leave us a comment. Let us know that you're here. Let us know that you're surviving and all that fun stuff. Um, so, yeah, pretty decent trade day so far. But anybody like Hachirokus? Hachiroku? 8 6s. I'm a nerd. Car nerd. Alright, so, just a little bit of a pop up here. Our next 5-minute candle is going to be at 8:25, but we do have a 3-minute candle inbound. So let's jump there. TTM on 3 went from 2.3 up to 3.2. And we're still hitting resistance at that 57. So I think that what we're going to need to see here on the 3-minute chart is we're going to need to see the 9 and the 12 get above the EMA 35. Rejected yet again off of 57, pulling back to 55. I think that there may be some bounce opportunities there off 55, which is right at this EMA 35, which typically acts as really strong support, as well as strong resistance a lot of the time. This 50 EMA is acting as resistance, which is right around 57, 39, 57. Our next candle is going to be at 24, which is just in 10 seconds for our 3-minute candle. I want to see our 3-minute candle open green and give us an opportunity to, yeah, there we go, open green. And then I want to see it pop up over this 50 EMA. You can see the flag on this. You can see it right there. There's that upward flag. And also TTM just switched to cyan with a green dot. I'm going to jump to my evaluation. Maybe, if I can find it. There we go. Alright. And we are getting a little bit of a push up there. Bounced off of 56.50. There was that bounce off 55 I talked about. And on the 1-minute chart, we're getting close to a 5200 crossover. I'm going to take a look at this on the 1-minute chart because it tells us a little bit different story. You can see 1 minute's been kind of cooling on the TTM slightly, but not much. From 4.2 to 3.5 to 2.8 on the current candle. And so it's kind of this long, almost drawn out flag pattern here. It's easier to see on the 3 and the 5 minute. Oh wait, we did get a new 5-minute candle, didn't we? Yes, we did. So 5-minute, we went from 3.16 to 1.8 on the TTM. We had 2 5-minute dojis in a row. We're really close. So 9 is even more diverged from the 12. We're getting that push up there. Damn. We're getting really close to a 1226 crossover. Looking for the move at 830. This was the move I was hoping to take right here. That's why I said damn. Watch out for resistance at this 200, which is like 59.75. I think that we have room up to 3960 though, which is right at the VWAP. Not taking a move right now. We rejected right at that 200 moving average. That's a 200 simple moving average, by the way. The simple and the exponential make a difference. Simple is like just a smooth curve across that many candles, and exponential puts more weighting on the more recent candles. Pulled back to 57 and a quarter and bounced heavily off of that. Really, I think this. I don't think the sooner moving average has a chance. Coming up on 8:30, just about through 2.5 minutes away. Jumping to the 3-minute chart. 3 minutes looking strong. 3.9 to 4.7 on the TTM. We've come so close to our sell. I may just take the profit. Oh, we got it anyway. Up 3,000 in the sim. Little rejection there off of VWAP. Feel kind of bad because I felt like I missed that entire move on the eval side. 1 second left in this candle, and I'm just gonna take a look at the 1-minute chart. Just checking in with y'all. How you guys doing? What's up, Philip? Glad to see you here. I'm sorry to hear that you're in the red. Getting ready to call it a day, man. I'm sorry to hear that. It happens. I took a red day yesterday in the sim, like down like 4,000. So but yeah, um, hang in there, man. Like absolutely, like just follow your strategy, and when you don't have the edge, you don't have the edge. It just happens. That was me yesterday. Today though, we're on it pretty well today. You see this resistance there at VWAP, and riding along this 200 moving average here. Um, it's been kind of a struggle for momentum on the 1-minute chart. I'm actually surprised that this one that went up this much wasn't a cyan candle. It's crazy. I was kind of upset though that I missed that move because I was anticipating it, and I don't know why I was distracted, but I was. Next candle's at 8:30. 8:30 is going to be kind of a important zone here because in about 15 seconds we'll have a new 3-minute and a new 5-minute candle. I care more about the 5-minute candle at the moment because 5 minutes really helps us sort of solidify and see what the moves are on a longer term basis. 5-minute, we got resistance at the 200 moving average. Here's our new 5-minute candle. We did get a cyan switch from 1.4 up to 0.3. Nice big pump. We're really close to a 1226 crossover. The 9 is crossing above it. This is looking pretty strong for an upward move. Rejected kind of heavily off of that though. Tempted to take a trade, but it's kind of bouncing all over. Pulling back towards VWAP. It's a lot of volume there, and a lot going on there at 39.60. I'm really tempted to take a trade here, but also like it could just slam down just because we're right at the VWAP. It looks strong on the 5-minute side though, so I mean it does look really like if this was a stock, I would totally take this. I'm gonna try and take the trade on the sim side off of 60 and for a move up to 65. Let's see if we can get an entry here off of, I don't know if we'll get it 60. I'll just join the bid. Missed that. Well, maybe not. Came back to 60 and a half. And I'm looking for a move up to, I'm going to put it at 64, which I think is reasonable. But we're right at VWAP. 8:35 is our next 5-minute candle, and can't read that little one right now. It's currently 8:32. Gonna switch over to the 3-minute. Music stop. What's up, Kevin? Good to see you. Next, news interviews. You do news interviews? That's cool. For like a podcast or for something else? What do you do? I'm genuinely curious. What's up, Hefe? Thank you so much, guys, for commenting. It really does, like, just let me know, that I'm not alone out here, which is helpful. Honestly, it really is. Our next 3-minute candle is going to be at 8:36. We just got a fresh one now. Went from 4.6 to 5.2 to 5.6 on the TTM side. Hitting resistance at that VWAP, which is to be expected. But with the push that happened right there off that, I was kind of expecting a little bit more momentum for the push up through VWAP. Although it hasn't given up yet. You can see it's riding around 59, and 60 has really been kind of the biggest line in the sand, which is the VWAP. So I definitely feel a little bit of FOMO because I absolutely could have taken several trades here in the eval, and I just didn't. I feel kind of annoyed by that. Pushing up yet again, and 61.75 is our double top there, and we're just gonna blast right through it, looks like. There it is. There. Alright, 8:36 is our next 3-minute candle. This came up and it tapped our sell order, but it didn't fill it. That's frustrating because we were up almost a K on that, and that's very annoying. Got a lot of upwicks here. Those upwicks could be indicative of that selling pressure. I'm just gonna take this off here, and I'm just gonna mute out for just 1 second. All right, we're back. Where are we at now? 62.5. Got an entry here, 62.75, and look for another larger move up. Definitely dealing with a lot of FOMO today. So, by the way, if y'all chilling, y'all hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. It helps this channel grow more than you guys know. It really does. It helps the community grow far more than you guys could imagine. It really does help substantially. Um, Also, guys, if you want to earn funding in the futures market, make sure you check out Elite Trader Funding. These guys are great. They have amazing customer service. One of the very first and most important things that I look for in a company is customer service. Another thing I really like about them too is the branding. I like the messaging that they do and the way that they interact and run their business. I find that really important as well. But you can earn funding as low as 10K and as high as $300,000. So you literally can trade with the whole house every single day if you wanted to. And if you use the link in the description and the promo code JSBEST, you can actually lock in a lifetime discount on any of the evaluations that you see here, with the exception of the fast track evaluations. The fast track evaluations are already heavily discounted, but these are more focused on like earning funding very quickly. But make sure you always click see more details so you can see the rules and whatnot for each individual evaluation type. Jump back over to the eval that I'm in, which we're currently up 372.10 on the day. We have this little flag here above the VWAP, and we're currently in a trade right now off of 62 3/4 in the sim side, and we're looking for that push up. I'm gonna switch over to the 5-minute chart here for a second. I want to see what the 5 minutes doing. Went from 0.3 to 2.2 on the TTM with a green dot, which looks good. We've also got the 1226 crossover, 9's above the 12, and we're moving up towards being above the EMA 35 as well. We're really just looking for a push up towards this 200 moving average, which is right there at 65, or like 66. So that's the move that we're looking to take. It may take a little bit of time if it does happen. We're slightly below the 200 moving average on the 3-minute chart, which is where we want to be. From 6.2 to 6.9 to 7.7 on the current TTM candle on the 3, and on the 1-minute chart. 1-minute chart, we've kind of been rolling back and forth between cyan and dark blue, so we've kind of just been rolling back and forth. Like it's trying to break out now, but you can see a lot of the volume kind of slowed down right now. I think a lot of people are hesitant as to where it's at. Getting some pullback now to about 62, which it did here, and bounced yet again. So I think right now we're kind of just in a holding pattern, and we are in this trade here. Now, one thing that we got to be careful of that's happened a lot this last month is we'll break up, we'll rip up through a VWAP and we'll kind of chop around a VWAP a little bit, and then it gets slammed down, and then it ends up failing for a lot of the rest of the day instead of doing the full-on trend reversal that it normally would do. So that's something we do need to be aware of and ready to cut if necessary. On that, if it goes that way. This is taking a little bit longer than I expected for this breakout to happen. Next 3-minute candle is at 8:42, which is in 30 seconds. You can see that flag right there. So you get this little pop-up and this little wedge on here. So you can actually see that little flag Will it come up and test its 200 moving average like we would expect it to do? I'm not sure, but it does look like it's got the momentum for it. Right now, it's just kind of like, you know, it's kind of just chopping back and forth at the moment. New 3-minute candle from 7.7 to 8.4. Looks like it's kind of slowing down a little bit, and being as that's the case, I may cut this trade. See if we can get out with a small profit. Try to get out at 63. We'll see what happens. Keeps coming up, hitting our entry, and then pushing down a little bit. Trying to get out basically because I can see the momentum starting to slow down a little bit. So we did get out with that micro profit. Up 35.25 on the day in the sim. Eval, we're up 372. We haven't taken any more trades in the eval simply because number one, we missed the momentum move that we were after, and so we really are kind of like, okay, let's wait to the next breakout because I want to actually take those breakout moves on the eval side because that's what's actually where my edge is. So it's kind of frustrated though because I missed 2 breakouts on it, and also of the 3 trades that we took, 2 of them I ended up cutting too early instead of being there for the full trade amount that I was after. And unfortunately, I'm out of tea. So right now we're just kind of waiting for that breakout, which is kind of a longer wait, it feels. Kind of a longer stream today. If you guys are hanging out, y'all chilling, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. It really does help the channel grow. I'm trying to get to 230 today if we can. Really love it and appreciate it if you guys can do that. We only need 9 subscribers to hit 230 subscribers today, and that would be awesome if we can do that. We do this stream here Monday through Friday at 7:30 Pacific time. That's 10:30 market time. And we do this stream because really, like, I want to be able to connect with other traders. I want to be able to connect with other people's ideas, and also just be able to show my strategy, which I think I have a pretty decent strategy. It seems like it. You get $3,525 in profit on the sim side today, and $372 on the evaluation side today. So I think you got a pretty decent strategy. So I just want to be able to share that stuff with other people. But we also have a Discord community as well, and inside that Discord community, you can see it was popping all day on the stream. We have a lot of people who are developing their own conversations with each other and being able to talk out their own strategies, sharing their experiences. And by the way, guys, that's not just all trading. Although the vast majority of the people that we have in there are traders, I also myself am an entrepreneur, and I've been an entrepreneur for well over a decade. And so really, like, a lot of the conversations that I'm interested in having is entrepreneurship, philosophy, trading, all this type of different stuff, because that's really what makes up trading. It has a lot to do with philosophy. It has a lot to do with how we look at our perspective of the markets and how we see the candles. Everybody sees them a little bit differently, and the charts a little bit differently. So I'm interested in seeing what you guys think and feel about all that type of stuff. And so check out our Discord community. Like I said, a lot of conversation happening there. It's not all just conversations with me. There are other traders in there. There's other entrepreneurs in there as well. So you can jump in there and ask questions or provide your own insights or whatever. Join us. We're pulling back to 61, which is right at VWAP, and kind of just chopping out and moving slightly off of it. Been a steady upward move on this 3 minute for a while, but you can see the momentum is starting to slow down. Like if you look at these numbers on the TTM, went from 7.7 to 8.1, and then now in our current one we're at 8.0. You can see the cooling beginning to happen. So basically consolidation through this area. Wouldn't surprise me if it does fall down below VWAP. If it does, my hope would be that it holds 3960, which was like right below VWAP, and then jump back above it. But I'd really like to actually see it hold VWAP and just chop out for a while above VWAP, because eventually, more than likely, that's going to rip upward. And this 200 simple moving average here on the 3-minute chart and the 5-minute chart are likely going to be points of resistance, but you know, it is what it is. On the 1-minute chart, though, this is interesting. On the 1-minute chart, you can see the 50 EMA, this green line, is running into the 200 simple moving average. Now that crossover move is especially useful in longer term or like in cryptocurrency. I use it a lot for crypto, but that crossover move when the 50 crosses above the 200 moving average usually gives us a really strong momentum move to the upside, which could be our breakout point for what we've been seeing chopping out and consolidating above the volume weighted average price. If it works out that way, we won't know for about another minute, maybe two. It's currently 8:48. Where's our 3-minute candle timer? 48. So 51 is our next 3-minute candle. I don't want to take boredom trades, though I'm kind of tempted to right now. So you can see right there, the 50 is just barely crossing over the 200 on this current candle, which would mean that on the next candle is likely the definer of whether or not we're actually going to end up getting that crossover. We pulled all the way back to the VWAP, and we're bouncing off of it nicely. The VWAP being at 3960, and we're bouncing. Excuse me, bouncing up to 61. Whew. Sorry guys, that sickness was intense. I was up at like my temperature was like 102.6. I was sick. Just waiting for 850. Here's 850 now. Okay, so there's that crossover. I'm just gonna this may pull back some. I'm gonna take an entry point here. Entered at 62. Our original entry was 61.75, but we would have been holding through this entire consolidation. So, which is why we cut that. It did pull back more than I wanted to see. Down 300 in this current trade, still up 3K on the day. It's a little more of a pullback than I wanted to see. Guess we should wait till 851 because that's when our new 3-minute candle is. 9, 12, and 26 are all getting really close to a crossover, which would look bad for upward move. We did just sneak below the VWAP at the moment, and we have red forming on the TTM. So I guess I'm looking now for it to bounce off the EMA 35. The reason why I'm still bullish in this has to do a lot with this crossover. And our current crossover to the downside may contradict that. So really I'd want to see it bounce between this candle and the next. I want to see this on the 3-minute chart. 8.1 to 7.7 to 7.4. So not a huge momentum pullback. So that's a good thing. Let me jump to the 5 minute chart went from 5.4 to 6.5. Prior to that, it was 3.7 to 5.4. So I think we're still stacking on the 5 minute chart as well. We do have this longer form wedge here, which has been going on now for 20 minutes. I guess we're looking now for 9 o'clock. Currently down slightly in this trade, down 450. Relative to our 3K profit on the day. Guess I should have gone short. Just jumping in, checking in with y'all's. If y'all still hanging out, make sure you like, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications. Does help the community grow more than you guys know. Like I said, we're trying to get 230 a day. I'm not sure where we're at now, but that's the goal of the day. Just checking these charts. Ooh, pulled back pretty heavily there. Let's see if we get a yellow swing back up. Put my charts back up in just a second. Okay, we did get a nice pop off that. Throw these charts back up here. There we go. So we did get a nice little pop off that. Off of this 39.59 zone here, jumped up 8 ticks, and we are red on the TTM, but barely. So I'm not sweating it. I like the way I said that too. It was like so like proper. We're not sweating it. Sweating. Making sure to hit that ing on the end. Let's see, 7.7 to 7.5 to 7.0 on the cooling side of the TTM. Pulling back yet again. Let's see if we get another bounce off 59. You can see the 50 and the 200 are working their way towards each other over time. Fresh 5-minute candle here. Went from 5.4 to 6.2 to 6.9, 7.4 actually. Or wait. Sorry, 6.2 to 6.6. Visual impairment issue. If I can do this, anybody can. You know, I'm the one rocking a brain injury here, so. By the way, if you guys didn't know, I have a brain injury. It ain't no fun. Had an accident about 6 years ago, and left me blind, completely blind, and unable to speak. So I had to relearn how to speak, and a lot of my vision was really challenging to get it back. And it's not back all the way. I still deal with like a lot of visual distortion stuff, but you know, it is. It's just what we deal with as people, right? So. This is pulling back a little too much for me to feel comfortable with it. We're back down in that 59 zone, and I really need to see this switch back on the 1-minute chart. We've been kind of riding along this EMA 35 here. The 26 is curling downward, so that does look good for us. And this, even though this is red, it's not moving with much momentum to the downside. So buyers are holding it up. Need to see that switch to a yellow candle though on the TTM. Sorry, this part's so boring, kind of long. Just waiting for moves. It takes a while, and that's part of trading. Is just sitting on your hands and waiting for it to kind of play out. Where's this 12 at? 12's at 60 and a half. 26 is up at 61 and a half. It's 60 and a quarter. Kind of keep opening green, ending with dojis. We get these two dojis at the bottom. Just want to see this pop up over this 35. Come back up towards this VWAP. Really need to see this move to a yellow candle on the TTM. Currently just been slowly working its way down. It's weird to have these two dojis in a row and potentially even a third doji. To me really says, it doesn't know whether or not it wants to go down or up, and my guess is more on the upside of things. Although, like I did say earlier in the stream, a lot of the time this month we'll have these situations where it rips itself back up, gets above VWAP, kind of chops out for a little bit, and then fails off of VWAP, and then ends up falling back down towards the lows and failing for the rest of the day. Let's hope that's not the situation here. We did get a yellow candle, that's what we've been waiting for. There, went from 1.7 to 1.5. That's looking good. Jump into the evaluation side and see if we can capitalize on this move. I wish I could stretch this out better. Is that like 3 ticks? And $1.7 to 1.6. Time left on this. There's 5 seconds left in this 1 minute candle. But I didn't take it, but it did end up yellow, followed by another yellow. Hitting resistance there at 61, which is actually coming up and hitting resistance right there at the 26 SMA. Two really big up wicks. 1.7 to 1.7 to 1.7, so 3 of them basically the same. Needs to come out with more power on the upward move. Where's the contracts at? What's our volume looking like? Our volume has been like 1,000 contracts per minute. It's really low. We need to be close to this green line here, which is close to like 4,000 contracts. So we do have a possible crossover and heavy rejection off that. The 50 and the 200 are still diverging, which is the only thing really giving me the confidence to continue in this trade. But definitely not as confident that it's going to pop up to the 65 that we were originally hoping for. I'm just going to put it at like 62 and a half. pretty much just flat on momentum. Where's the volume, guys? Did it all move over to the NQ or something? Momentum slowdown on the 3-minute chart is looking a little bit more intense. So, having said that, I'm going to cut this trade now. Where am I? 6.2 to 5.4, 0.8 move. It's 9 o'clock. Coming up at our next next 3-minute candles at 9:03, which is just in about 15 seconds. See what happens with it. May see more surge or momentum around 9:15 to 9:30. Yeah, cutting this trade, loss of about 900 on that one. It just took way too long. And there's like, you can see like there's very little momentum, very little volume. Like our volume is it's taking 3 minutes to hit what we should be hitting on a 1-minute candle. So, of course we'll start to get some push up, but it's just taking way too long. And on the 5-minute side, you can see the momentum slowed down quite a bit. So less confidence in these moves now. Being as that's the case, I may end up calling it a day right here. We are in green, we are profitable, so I may just call it a day right there. So, all right, guys, that's it for today. I want to thank everybody who hung out, everybody who decided to kick it with us, and I hope you guys got some value out of this. Before you go, please like, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Again, it does help the channel more than you know. And on top of that, guys, if you're looking to pick up an evaluation, now's the time. Elite Trader Funding, use the link in the description, promo code JSBEST, lock in a lifetime discount. And we'll see you guys in the Discord group where I'm about to post my day results. All right, guys. I love you and appreciate you, and we'll see you tomorrow at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 market time, and I look forward to seeing you then. Peace.